Larry Show.
Just to let you know. That's right.
Well, hello, Larry.
Tonight at Larry's, we catch up with UK old school popping legend Little Bam. So sit back, grab a drink as we chat to this man about Covent Garden, Linda McCartney, and Betamax.
This is the Larry Show.
So, Larry's Bar. Larry's Bar. Special guest today. Special guest. Lil Bam. What do you think of Larry's?
Well, it's funny. I googled Larry's to try and see what the reviews were like, but I didn't see anything. So maybe today we're going to create the first review of Larry's Bar.
It's a covert operation. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a selected few. You know, it's invite only. But if you want to come on, we could talk about it. Listen, Bam, You were involved back in the day. How old was you when that sort of first light went on?
Okay, well, the first light went on, it must have been maybe like 13, 14. Around that time, I mean, the Buffalo Girls thing, man, the Malcolm McLaren thing.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, and New Edition, Candy Girl.
Yeah.
I mean, those things there just triggered a lot. The energy, just watching the energy, the moves, the association, and then the stories behind it, in terms of, it was that ethnic ghetto kind of thing where there was creating a new level of camaraderie through dance. Mm-hmm. And, and I liked to dance at the time. I've always been I'm quite an extrovert.
Yeah.
So that just suited my energy.
Okay.
So it just seemed natural for me to try and emulate that.
Yeah.
And try and be a part of that because it was a new, fresh movement. Yeah. Especially coming back like in the 80s, late 70s from the punk rock era.
Yeah.
And, the skinhead era, all that sort of stuff, which to me was really a negative time.
Yes.
It's like when hip hop came along, it was almost like a shining light.
Yeah.
That had been a beacon.
Something that you could slot yourself into and get involved. Yeah. Growing up, how was it for you in London?
Well, it was really tough being in an urban, suburb area that was, one of few black families or ethnic families, and just going through that 70s and 80s, extreme racism, feeling that you're involved and engaged in a system that just doesn't understand you. Mm-hmm. And you don't understand yourself, you're at that age where you're learning and looking for acceptance, trying to be accepted. Yeah. In an environment where you feel that you're constantly being rejected and it's being tested, society's always testing you, but you're too young to understand what's going on. Yeah. So it was really negative for me. That was a very negative time. Yes, there was positive things to take from it, but overall it wasn't a positive time.
And what about school? Was something that, was you somebody who engaged well in school?
Well, fortunately it's a blessing that when it comes to academics, I feel that I've just been blessed. Okay. To be honest, yeah. Because I suppose with a lot of people from Caribbean background who came here in the 50s, 60s, etc., they were the middle class. Yeah. So people don't realise that. They just think, they came off the banana boat and just stick them in NHS or sweeping or whatever. But the ones who could afford the journey were actually the middle classes. Yeah. So my parents and grandparents' generation were middle class people who were educated. Okay. So there are elements in the gene structure where I was wired. Yeah. And I've read it extensively. We had to read a lot. So when I went to school, I found school easy, to be honest with you. Yeah, I found academics quite easy.
So when you found hip hop, did you feel that it filled a gap in your life?
Well, I think the thing is I'm very expressive. Like I say, I'm an extrovert. I've just got this infused energy that I just need to release. Yeah. So I always have to find arenas or platforms where I can be explosive. Yeah. And the dance of hip hop, the culture, allowed me to be explosive, and it was okay. Yeah. In other arenas,
a lot of energy can be used.
It wasn't okay. You couldn't be in the classroom and be explosive. It wasn't okay. Yeah. So what environment could you be explosive in? Yeah. There's very few.
So it's something that really sort of like controlled your behaviour to an extent. Like you had an outlet for anger,
exactly,
adrenaline, whatever's going on. You can let it out.
Hip hop was a safe addiction for me.
Yeah.
So as a result, it allowed me to handle many of my emotions that were ready to boil over and frustrations, etc. Because I'd hold it for the moment. Yes. And then it goes out, and I do it now. I take myself to like euphoric ecstasy when I'm on a dance floor. It's quite abnormal. Because I can go into a club at 10 o'clock and dance till 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
Right through the night. As big as I am, I'm like this big ballerina that just doesn't stop. You know, hip hop and you don't quit, and hip hop you don't stop. That's who I am, which is what I think that's what gains me popularity, or you know, allow me to come into the fray. You know, because I was amongst dancers who were far superior dancers than me.
Yeah.
But I created my own style of dance and interaction, but that energy can go right through the night.
Obviously, you're a popper.
Yes.
But like before then, was you a dancer? Like you said, you danced, you were into dance, but like what, did you have anything, like was you into jazz or was you into sound systems or?
Basically, you know, I was in the sticks, you know, suburbs.
Yeah.
And, you know, Top of the Pops is feeding you, and a bit of the music that was played around the home, Bob Marley, a bit of reggae, a bit of Caribbean vibe, you know. But, you know, the rhythm was in me. I could dance. I've always been a person, I suppose, bound for entertainment or the stage, because I've got that kind of leaning. Yeah. So even in school, I've been doing plays and shows and that kind of thing. I mean, I sing as well, you know, so it was sing, dance, you know, so entertainment has been part of who I am.
So you're an entertainer, yeah.
Yeah.
With uncontrollable confidence?
I wouldn't say uncontrollable confidence, it's more that it just feels natural.
Yeah.
I just feel at home.
Yes.
And with no agenda.
Yeah.
And it just allows me to be expressive.
Yeah.
In ways that are, you know, ways that serve me. Yeah. Let's just serve my needs.
Yeah. So obviously with that, obviously there's a journey in there, and that's a conversation in itself. You become a popper. Obviously you're inspired by people. You know, somebody helped you along the way at some point. Maybe you taught yourself to dance.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Which isn't uncommon.
No,
you know, that was pretty much the way. Like that was the way.
I mean, the thing is, the old videos came out, Betamax and VHSs,
Betamax.
and you
Top
just
loaders.
you know, you'd record the Buffalo Girls video, and you would analyse that move by move. You might rewind that thing 1,000 times and burn out the heads on the video. But it was like, you know, you see a wave and it's like, rewind. Rewind.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's me and my brother were doing it. So like, have I got it? Yeah, you got that bit. Okay, next bit. And then you got this section, rewind, forward, rewind. And every video,
but it becomes, that's an art in itself.
It was that labour of love to master the craft.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it's an engagement at the emotional level.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Some people do certain things with whatever motive, but I engaged it from an emotional level because it empowered me to manage. Yeah. You know, and it was even more than that. I mean, like, I got into hip hop through the videos, etc. But then I went to I was 14 and I went to Kisses in Peckham. Okay. That was my first proper visit to a nightclub. And I was always big and I dressed a certain way to make myself look a certain age. And it was like looking for that sense of belonging and camaraderie. That's what I was looking for, and acceptance. Yeah. That was my agenda. I went to a club and I saw there's three guys were on that stage that night. One of them is called Fraggle Rock. Yeah. One of them was DJ Billy Business, Spider, and Soul Boy. They were on the stage in Kisses. I was 14, and I saw these guys just take the house down. Yeah. And I said, that's the first reality. That was the first reality. This was beyond not videos, watching Malcolm McLaren and New Edition, and
this is the real.
This was the real thing right in front of me. Watching guys just put it down on stage, and I think even Gordon Mack, was DJing. And I was like, wow, now that, I want a piece of that. Yeah. And then I went back to my hometown, you know, practicing, continuing. And then there was a local club. Now in my area, I was amongst the best dancers, you know, one of the best. So, you know, you're in the local club, you do your thing. But one day, a crew came. And I remember they had red, or like a red tracksuit with a white stripe going down it. All dressed the same, just like you've seen on the videos. Had the trainers on with the thick laces. I was like, wow, you know, they look like straight out of Beat Street. Yeah. Like, wow. And these guys, I remember like Nafish, Man Parish, Hip Hop, Bebop, you know, proper old electro was playing. These guys annihilated the place. So much so that local guys were jealous because them guys took the girls, took the floor, took everything. Yeah. They actually got chased out of the venue. People were just baying for blood. Wow. And it's sign of the times. So they ran anyway, they took off, but I managed to run with them as they were leaving, And I was like, who are you guys?
Yeah, who are
Where
these
are you
guys?
from? Like, these guys are like out from outer space to me. And one of them, his name was Tasso, and another guy called Walker. They said, we're from Tottenham. And I was like, okay, where do you guys hang out?
Where do you shop?
They told me Covent Garden.
Okay.
A place called Covent Garden. I'm like, Covent Garden? I said, I'm going there.
Is that somewhere you would have gone before?
Never, ever. I don't think I even knew it existed. I can't remember if I'd even seen it on the tube map. I might,
Really?
it didn't even register.
Okay.
I just heard these two words.
Covent Garden.
Before I got to Covent, there was, I think it was the premiere of Breakdance. Was at Marble Arch, the cinema Marble Arch.
Okay.
And I went along. It was Breakdance because we danced. Me and my brother danced for the opening in the town we came from, which is another funny story because we was in the newspaper, local newspaper, and my brother was supposed to be at school. And he was off sick, and then he was clocked on the newspaper spinning on his head or something. Anyway, that's another story. So anyway, so we've gone to this. Lo and behold, again, there's a cast of characters at the front of this stage putting down. Soulboy was there again. I can't remember the others because we was way back, but I remember him from the previous encounter. And I was like, you know what? I need to be a part of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to this Covent Garden place.
Okay.
And so it began. I used to travel over an hour from where I lived to get to Covent. And then, just turn up there and just watch. And I used to stand in the background kind of watching. And I think one day I got brave. And I just thought, there's a little vibe going on. And I started doing some hits in the corner there, a couple bit of this and a bit of that. And so obviously you start getting spotted. And then I can't remember who it was, but someone...
New blood.
New blood. I got brought into the fray. And it was interesting, my first show, Ben, it was a guy called Ben and Nicholas. And they took me to Trafalgar Square and said, come and do a show with us. I'm like, a show, what's that? And then the hat goes down, the beatbox goes down, bang, bit of lino spread, push, play. Guys dancing, doing this, doing that, the money's coming in. I'm like, oh, okay. Now, I was working. I've always, from young, I've always been working.
Yeah.
And I've always had money in my pocket. Not a lot, but enough to do what I had to do. So it was never about the money. It was just for the performance.
Yeah.
So I was just doing it for the performance. But obviously the guys have been doing it long enough and they realised you can make some good change.
Yeah.
So throughout the day, you wanted something to eat and you want bus fare or you want to get a drink, you just... Come on, guys, let's do a show.
Yeah.
And then I was doing that, dancing for crowds, getting confident, improving and learning, watching. And then one day a guy came up to me and said, well, what's your name? Now, the guy his name was Hoff, Raymond. And he says, what's your name? I said, well, I haven't got one. He goes, well, no, but everybody's got one. You need a street name. And he was deliberating. And he was like at a higher tier.
Yeah.
I'm starting to work my way up some of the rankings here now. Guys like Ray's telling me, you haven't got a name in this kind of conversation. Now, because of the size and the movement, I suppose I was the biggest man with the movements.
Yeah.
And in hip hop, the biggest man in hip hop at the time was Bam.
Yeah.
So he said, yeah, Little Bam. Yeah. He said,
quite a name.
Yeah. Well, it was actually Little
pressure.
African Bambata.
Oh, really?
And, yeah. And then it was like they shortened it to Little Bam. Then Zaki D. I don't know if you know Zaki D.
Don't know Zaki D.
Zaki D's a graffiti artist, top end,
okay.
Chrome Angels. He said Lil Bam, Lil Bam. So it was Lil Bam, or Little Africa Bambata. So then it just got shortened to Bam. So then everybody just likes Bam. So that was it.
What did your mum think of that?
It didn't make sense to her. But hey, that hip hop didn't make sense to parents.
I didn't raise you to be a Bam.
Yeah, but it just followed me. It's followed me for years. That's the thing. When I went to Covent, I wasn't competing with anybody.
Yeah.
I was there
for the love.
I was there for peace, love,
Yeah.
unity, and having fun.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realise that, but that was the path I trod. So I didn't have enemies. I wasn't battling with anybody. I wasn't caught in the egos.
Yeah.
But it was like I wasn't threatening anyone either.
Yeah.
Because Bam.
Yeah.
I was the only big guy really. I wasn't competing.
Yeah.
So I was accepted by all.
Yeah.
So that was really powerful.
Because you were being
for me.
you, basically. You were just being you.
And I didn't have no agenda. I was from the country. They used to come, bam, he's from country. These guys are all hardcore inner city guys.
Yeah.
I was naive. There was a lot of areas where I was naive.
Yeah.
I was very non-threatening. But as a result, it gave me insight and introduction to so much more.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't excluded.
Yeah.
So it was powerful for me.
Yeah. When you were obviously really into hip hop, as in interacting with it on a daily basis, when did that really kind of stop for you? Like what year are we talking?
To be honest, well, it was always around me because I was still involved in dance, on the circuit of dance.
Yeah.
So I wasn't maybe involved as much in Covent, but I'll be at events.
Yeah.
So I think the era of house came along and swept a bit of the euphoria hip hop had at the time away.
Yeah.
So it was a transition,
Yes.
a musical transition as well.
Yeah.
So I think
and
that
a political transition come in as well.
So I think that transition sort of created a distortion. So you're talking late 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean the thing is, I was always listening to rap, hip hop.
Yeah.
Going clubs. I was still partying,
but
it wasn't the Covent Garden thing anymore.
Yeah.
It was just thing I was enjoying. I never stopped enjoying it and being involved in the circuit because I got involved in music in general in just a bigger way, but still engaging hip hop. And that was a foundation. That was my entry point anyway. Yeah, because I was about dance. Yeah. So when I saw this, the Kid and Play vibe now, we're talking Kid and Play house party vibe. Yeah. I loved New Jack Swing. Yeah. So I just said, because I like the groove. Yeah. The New Jack groove and the dance moves associated. Yeah. Because to me, that was the next hype thing. Yes. Of that era, from that generation. Yeah. And it was the same characters. Yeah. It was. And
interestingly, it went from Trainers with No Laces to Dr. Martens with No Laces.
Yes. It was that Jodeci type vibe.
Yeah.
So I think that was a general that was a global transition, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Where it went from this hip hop thing and then it became more New Jack. Yeah. There was this transition, that TLC kind of vibe. It just had that little sweeping transition. And I think I just followed the wave. Yeah. Because once it was dancing, I was about the dance. Yes. But just hip hop was my entry into that level of camaraderie. Yeah. And also, like I said, people moved into different areas. Mm-hmm. DJing, promotion, working for record companies, record deals. Yeah. So I suppose sometimes there's like a career progression. Yeah, that's the Yeah. It was almost like, okay, you started busking in Covent Garden. Mm-hmm. What's next? Are you going to stay doing that? Mm-hmm. Or are you going to do something different? It started off with dancers, then you're amongst rappers, Cookie Crew, She-Rockers, etc., etc. Then people start getting deals. Yeah. And then it
becomes very real then, doesn't it?
Yeah, then Cookie Crew were supporting Bobby Brown. Mm-hmm. But dancing with them, old breakers, Covent Garden dancers, dancing New Jack. At Wembley for Bobby Brown. It was a transition. Yeah. So it's almost like there was aspects of it that had a natural career progression for some. Yeah. And others who stayed doing the same thing. Yeah. Like I say, some were dancing, went into DJing, like business, like Cutmark, Swift. Yeah, Swift. I knew Swift as a dancer. Yeah. Then he's gone through a career progression. Yeah, that's world crazy. Champion DJ. Yeah. Then DMs, so it doesn't mean you're no longer part of it. Yeah. It's just that you're in a transition. Yeah. Within it. Into other spheres, especially as it grows bigger, and becomes more global, and different things become accessible. Mm-hmm. Then guys move into be A&R, and making decision makers within the entertainment industry, not just the hip hop industry. So there was a lot going on that I think people don't recognise and take on board. People that engage in hip hop after sort of 90s or mid 90s beyond. I don't know the exact era you quoted, but people think there was a disconnecting gap and nothing went on. There were things going on.
Absolutely, yeah. There was a lot going on.
It's a transition. Yeah. But people were growing. Yeah. I mean, I like I say, I always say my first degree was Covent Garden hip hop. Yeah. That was my first degree because I was there on a learning, an understanding mission, which then, as I progressed, I did further my studies. I went academic. I did my degree, but what I picked up through hip hop, Covent Garden, is self-esteem. It was okay to be expressive, etc. I started to become more comfortable in my skin,
Yeah.
and then that allowed me to grow
Yeah.
into into another transitional phase,
Yeah.
which allowed me to, and I've just kept growing and evolving.
Yes.
So, it's almost like this discussion. I've had the discussion about how some people feel towards a new school or whatever. It's about transition.
Yeah.
You're growing, and then they're coming.
Acceptance.
Exactly.
Yeah, acceptance.
Yeah, you accept. You say, I had my time doing what I did.
Yeah.
So you'll have your time and enjoy your time.
Yeah.
So I'm not competing with you.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a level of seniority or whatever you want to call it, or I've been through that experience.
Yeah.
So I'm going to allow you to go through that experience.
Yeah.
And if I can assist you going through that experience,
all the better,
and enlighten you.
Yeah.
Then all the better. I'm not competing.
Yeah.
And it's role modelling.
Yes.
There's an element I think now where maybe as the transition continues, you just role model to the ones coming before.
Yeah.
And enjoy that journey. Enjoy their journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exchange banter, exchange stories.
Yeah.
Show appreciation and love to what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then not expect it back, but maybe a natural result of that is it will come back.
Yeah.
Or not, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because you're on your journey anyway. But I'm a great believer that at some point or somehow, people who have the wisdom and have the maturity and respect within the hip hop culture as it stands today should create a forum for dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of people on the internet doing this, that, the other, or
selling
bombs over the fence, or or holding that anger and aggression or
it's
disappointment.
Not healthy. Yeah, it's not
healthy.
Not healthy at all. For anyone involved or around it.
So maybe there needs to be forums where people can dialogue on a level to maybe dump the emotional baggage or understand why they're carrying it, or understanding how another person's making them feel. Have the dialogue to say, this beef or whatever it is, this is how I feel.
Yeah.
And then maybe someone could have empathy and understand, like, oh shit, I didn't know I was making you feel that way.
Yeah, I think a lot of it,
I don't know. I just think a lot of it is about dialogue.
Yeah.
And keeping the dialogue, but having the right people in the environment.
Yeah.
So it's not a negative, aggressive thing.
Yeah.
Where people can just start creating more and more understanding and pathways to better things.
Because imagine all that energy that's being used negatively is being. It's just being burnt fuel. It's just being literally you're lighting a fire outdoors and just keep putting wood on it until you run out of wood. Which is running out of your time on this planet to actually do something with it. Yeah,
but then like I say, you look at hip hop now. It's showing you what's going on in society. It's reflecting what's going on in society. It always has done.
Yeah, it always has done.
It doesn't cover it up. It doesn't sugarcoat it. What goes on in that scene is a reflection of what's going on outside.
Summing it all up, you're somebody who had the benefits of the 80s explosion.
Yeah.
That's something that you hold dear in your heart.
Yeah.
You've held that for pretty much all of your life, most part of your life, because you were 13, you say, when you 13 when you first got into it. So that's quite a significant time. It's not to say you're old. So, but you know what I mean.
I wear my grey bits with distinction. I don't mind.
Yeah. But that's not my. Obviously, I think the thing is that as you grow older, a lot of people generally get wiser.
Well,
and you'd like to think that that's what everybody. Yeah, of course. So you get to that point where you see things for what they really are, and you've got that experience, and you're proud of having that experience in your life. Mm-hmm. Do you ever see that that's something that you can offer people? Like, do you feel that that's something that you can give? There's an energy in you to give something that you can that can perhaps put them on a similar journey, or do you not think that?
Well, yes, I think there is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, there's a place where I can, because I do it in the way I live anyway.
Yeah.
I engage young people. I've been on the dance floor and I'm dancing, and then some young guys will come and they'll start trying to battle me or challenge me to show me that they're advanced in what they do. Yeah. And what I'm doing is old hat.
Yeah.
Because they've got more energy, they've got more moves or whatever. But then it's the way I embrace them and embrace the situation. Yeah. Which then I show them it's not about that. I respect what they're doing and I'm enjoying it too.
Yeah.
And enjoying what I'm doing. So I'm clapping them, I'll cheer them, I'll it's not about putting a battle face on and trying to compete with them. It's about embracing them. Yeah. And then they'll embrace me. So then we embrace each other, and then it's just showing up in a different way.
Yeah.
and then you can share discussion or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You know, and I think so. Just naturally, that happens to me.
Okay.
And I embrace it.
Yeah.
But I don't go looking for it.
Yeah.
But when it comes my way, I embrace it.
Yeah. And you give off that aura, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Finally, what's your greatest moment in that time? The greatest thing that you can remember.
Can I have two?
You can have
three,
two.
Two. Is three stretching it? Three
It
stretching
is
it.
stretching it.
All right,
yeah,
well, one of them.
yeah.
I'll go to one. I was fortunate enough to work with Sir Paul McCartney.
Okay.
And dance on a video with him, but I spent the morning with Linda McCartney.
Okay.
And I turned up at the video shoot and I didn't have the right outfit on, so I was excluded. So the rest of the crew were dancing on stage with Paul McCartney, and I had to sit. This is at the Hippodrome, talking to Linda.
Yeah.
And I spent the morning talking to her. She's a phenomenal woman.
Yeah.
You know, it was really inspiring to just sit there and talk with this, you know, mature woman. I'm a young kid.
Yeah.
And we just spoke, and we spoke, and we spoke, and every now and again Paul would come,
Yeah.
you know, and he talked to his wife, obviously, and I was there chilling with her
Yeah.
for the entire morning. And then I went to Chinatown and just bought something, because I decided I want to be part of this.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I had 50 quid on me or something, and I bought this outfit, I turned up and I went, I'm here now,
Yeah.
am I in? They said, yeah, come in. So, carried on for the rest of the video shoot, and I got the best moment in the whole video with me and Paul, and I'm actually doing this popping move, and Paul's behind me. He's trying to copy the move that I was doing in the video.
Really?
Yeah.
And that video is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's out. I'm not gonna
You're
go
not
there.
gonna
No,
go
I'm
there?
not gonna go there. But you asked for a great moment. I gave you one. Yeah. So that's one of the moments. And the second moment was, I can't remember exactly where it was, but I think it was going Rock City in Nottingham.
Yeah, Nottingham, yeah.
When the London coach turned up, loaded up with the best jazz dancers, the best poppers, the best breakers, the best boogie boys, best of the best, the cream of the crop from London.
Yeah.
And we turn up at Rock City, and then the announcement is made, the coach from London has arrived.
Yeah.
And then you just see people from all over the country like, come clocking, what is this London crew about?
Yeah.
And basically the jazz guys took the jazz room, the breakers we just took every room and basically battled most of the country and just wiped the floor with them.
Incredible.
That was powerful. It's almost like Beach Street when they walked into the club. It was almost that energy.
But that was the template, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was
like,
the template.
Yes, it was like the ultimate battle scene.
Yeah.
And I think they're the two.
Awesome.
That's two of many.
I know. Yeah.
Magic moments that I've experienced through that hip hop journey. Yeah.
Bam, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, likewise.
The golden era, man. Respect.
Yeah, likewise.
Respect. Thank you.
Thanks for bringing me on. Yeah.
Oh man, anytime. Come by, have a drink.
Yeah, nice.
Anytime.
Larry's Bar. Well, I know the
Larry's
spot now.
Bar. Yeah,
I don't have to Google it anymore.
Spread the word.
This is the Larry Show.
Just to let you know, that's right.